Live.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Oh, I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to
DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, new live video trend that will have you sipping and rolling, and the deadly rule of 3, and a 6-year-old makeup artist will show you how to put on your very own Halloween makeup, and grandmas versus hurricanes versus White Claws. Who will win this epic battle? All this and much, much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? Hey, another week in the books, right? Hey, all right. Another week in the books. Thanks, guys, for taking some time out of your day and downloading us and doing all the stuff that makes us happy. And hopefully during this podcast, we can make you happy as well. Now, before we get started, hands above the head, breathe in, deep breath, and down. And I've had some people ask me, why do you do that? Why do you do the big stretch? Well, it kind of brings us, if we're all doing something at the same time together, then collectively we know that we're not alone on this planet. So I always do a big breath, big stretch. It helps me calm down. It helps me get in the mood and hopefully get you guys, kind of out of your normal mind space and just kind of forget about everything for a little bit as we go through rolling through the topics, social media topics and everything that's happened in the past 7 days or so. So here we go. So, my wife and I went out to eat the other day. When I say we went out to eat, my wife we're both born in Orlando, Florida, born and raised. But her background is from New York. Hey, New York, from Long Island. That whole area, forget about it. Italian, Ganzamacca, Fanguli, de Mama, or whatever her dad used to say. But she's got this Italian background. Now, she doesn't speak a lick of Italian other than what she learned from her dad, and she doesn't have an Italian accent. She has like myself, a Florida accent. Well, you normally don't have a Florida accent. It's just a hodgepodge of all accents all together. But you can tell the people from certain types of towns in Florida, if you know what I mean. Kissimmee. But anyways, so we're used to going, when we go up to visit her in-laws, her family and stuff up there in Long Island, we always go to, the delis, the bakeries, the New York stuff, a good pizza pie, a good salt stick, a good crescent roll, all that stuff up there. And there, of course, it's very hard here, even in North Carolina. It's hard anywhere, but here in North Carolina to find, what they say, like a good pizza, a good deli, a good something like that. Well, there's one place that we like to patronize a lot, or go to. I don't know if patronize is the right word. My wife will correct me later, I'm sure. Is a place called Poppy Seeds, and it has like boar's head meat. It's got a whole deli section. They have fresh, you've seen the big open glass coolers, and you're looking down, you're like, ooh, the potato salad looks very good today, and the whatever cream cheese, and they scoop it right out of the thing. It's not shipped in, brought in type stuff. They make it every day. They got a big room in the back. They actually do their bagels and everything in the back, like Dunkin' Donuts used to do, the big fryers and all that. And once everything's gone, once everything's sold out, that's it for the day. Hey, we're closing up shop. Go on about your day. So we stopped in and we're like, ooh, I could go for an everything bagel. This is what I get. They make the sandwiches, but they use the bagels. Well, they got other stuff, but I like it on a bagel. I get an everything egg bagel, which has all the salt. It's basically all the crap that's fallen off everything else. Throw it on that bagel. And I get the turkey ranch, or the turkey club. It's got, turkey, a little bit of ham, bacon, lettuce, tomato. And it's all boar's head meat. So, the quality's there. I mean, it's $10 for this freaking bagel sandwich. And it's thick. I'm talking thick. You have to unlock your back jaw just to bite down on it. And, of course, everyone's obeying the mask rule. The table's got little cups on them, don't sit here, this is not a seat, and everything. We're kind of spacing out still here in North Carolina. I know, we're a little bit behind, even behind Florida. Way to go, North Carolina. So we're sitting there, and you take your first bite, and my wife takes her, and you kind of look at each other while you take your first bite, and you kind of look, And you kind of go, like, I've been waiting all week or month for this sandwich, and you look at each other. And then you chew your food and you kind of sit there and look around and watch all the kids come in because there's a high school across the street and I guess they had like soccer practice or something and kids are coming in. You're watching them and seeing how they're handling this with the mask on and stuff. And you're just kind of looking around. You take a sip of your drink and my wife, finishes chewing and looks at me as I dig in for another bite of my sandwich. And she goes, "What are you thinking about?" And I go, "Hold on." I'm chewing. I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, you look like you're in thought." Now, I'm always in thought. I've told my wife this before. My everyday thought is show prep. Now, granted, I do a 1 hour podcast here every week. I've got other things that I have my fingers into. I've got the YouTube channel. I've got the exterior podcasts that we do. There's 4 or 5 different Facebook pages, social media pages that have 4,000 plus fans on each one, and I've got to make sure everyone's happy. There's a lot that I do. I don't just sit here and drink beer and tell you a couple stories and then hang up the phone for the day. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, okay, you know what? I will tell her what I'm thinking about. Guys will normally go, nothing. Meanwhile, you're thinking about that fishing trip. You're thinking about what the boss said to you the other day. You're thinking about whatever, that little bullshit that in your mind, you're like, well, she probably doesn't understand it or won't understand it. I don't have the time to sit here and tell you about it because I'm going to get upset. That's the way most guys think, by the way, women. So I'm sitting there and I'm like going, you know what? I'm going to tell her. So I finish chewing my sandwich and I go, or chewing my bite and I go, well, babe, I've got a new sponsor for the DeaconLive podcast, and we thank everyone that participates in that. And I said, we've got this package, and they're like, okay, we'll take that package. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. But I've got literally no information, just a couple links to a website and a couple blah, 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 a couple pictures and logos and stuff. And I'm like, so I have to figure out, that's my job, to figure out how to make this commercial ad. Now, do I choose to do it a live read, which you'll hear in the show? And none of these people are on the show this week, believe me. This is for further down the line. Do I have to, I've got a text to voice pretty good program. You wouldn't even be able to tell it was a robot doing the voice. I got to create, some kind of dialogue. I got to do all this stuff. And then I got to, what music bed should I use? Should I use this? And then, so I'm telling her the things that I'm rolling around in my head, trying to figure out what music bed to write, what script to write, whether I should do it myself and pitch my voice up or pitch my voice down, use the automated autonomous robot that does it automatically for me. I do have to tweak it a little bit. How long should it be? How many times am I going to run the spot? When will I get this done? How long is it going to take? All this. And she's looking at me while I'm just kind of, like I'm doing with you, just kind of riddling it out. And she goes, you know what? It sounds better when you do it. It sounds more real. She's like, I didn't know you had that program, but sometimes it can, I've heard commercials and they sound a little fake. They sound a little too, quote unquote, pre-produced. I'm like, all right. She's like, all right, so you're telling me to do it myself. Yeah, do it yourself. All right. So, and then, when we got all done and we went back and forth for a while, I said, great. Well, I'm glad we talked. And we sat there for probably 15, 20 minutes discussing these problems, these issues that I was just thinking about in my head, and they were all spinning around at one time. And when we were done, I go, well, I'm glad you asked me what I was thinking about, and I'm glad I told you. She's like, see, there you go. All you have to do is talk to me and discuss things and communicate. I'm like, yeah, but sometimes you got a lot going on. I don't want to bother you with my little problems. And sometimes I feel that way. And I know sometimes you guys out there feel the same way. Now, if you do, and you want someone to talk to, believe me, by all means, you can talk to us here at DeaconLive. And how do we do that, Deacon? Go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio, and there's a little blue bar. You click on that, opens up a microphone. You literally can talk right into your computer, laptop, smartphone, whatever you got. Ask me questions, ask me whatever you want, and it comes right here to my email, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. Whether it be podcasts from 2 years ago, you want to ask me a question about it. I know we get new fan-based listeners all the time. And so, yeah, anytime you want to do it, we appreciate it. And I'll talk to you. You can call me right here on the phone. let's not get extreme, right? Okay, let's not get extreme. So it was just a simple little question she asked me, and I kind of walked through it and talked through it, but I've never held anything back from my wife. I mean, for the most part, I'll sit there and talk to her. She'll ask me 2 or 3 times, but eventually I'll talk to her, and we have a great communication. So I don't want to bore you with my details, but I mean, it's just something that I was like literally sitting there going, you know what? A lot of people don't do this on a regular basis. I know we're all trapped in our houses. A lot of us are getting out, moving around, being a little bit more free, seeing other people and talking to other people, and that whole conversation, that social interaction that everyone's looking for. We don't get it here in North Carolina. I say we don't get it. We don't get it here on the ranch. Now, don't forget, we've got a 22-acre ranch. It's just me and my wife. Horses, cows, chickens. There's a lot going on here. So it's not like I go out and party and do all the luxury stuff that you guys get to do. My luxury is rolling out a big round bale for the horses and trying to keep them off of it. Get out of here. I'm trying to roll this out for you so you guys can eat. So there you go. All right, when we come back, we'll dive into the show and get into the meat and potatoes of the show. I know, I'm not saying that anymore. We'll dive into the show and get into the guts of the show. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. It's always the first one. Always the first one. Oh, I gotta put the show down. Whoops. 146. Motorcycle, anyone? Welcome back to Deacon Live. You just heard Aaron Mazzie, M-A-Z-I-E, musical artist from New Jersey. He started in 2016. He's got a new album coming out called Star Glitched, and that's star like the asterisk star glitch. You can find him on Bandcamp, YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff. And that was his new song called Classic, and that's Adam Mazzie and his new album called Star Glitch. It's raw, man. It's a real raw sound. My wife doesn't. She doesn't like it, but I do. I mean, I can see there's potential there. It's got a really, really good raw sound to it. All right, so speaking of raw, speaking of music, we lost a couple artists, musical artists in the last several days or so. One guy you may know, by the name of Eddie Van Halen. He was suffering from cancer. He had a hip replacement in I think 96, 97, somewhere around there, and they diagnosed him then. He had some stuff in his blood and stuff, and they were like, well, okay, well, let's find out what's going on. Found out that he had cancer. In the year 2000, they removed part of his tongue. That kind of subsided a little bit, and then he literally went down within 72 hours. The cancer spread to the fluid into his brain, came back raging, and he passed away. Another gentleman that passed away is this gentleman right here.
See clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way.
You know the song, but you might not know his name. Unfortunately, I am not familiar with his name. You know the song, you've heard it in commercials. Unfortunately, I wasn't alive at the time when this song actually came out. Johnny Nash passed away, I believe at the age of 70, also passed away as well. So now that's 2. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not. There's a deadly rule. I say deadly rule. There's a rule where celebrities die in 3s. This dates back all the way to when the Big Bopper and Richie Valens and stuff passed away in 1959. Now, for all you skeptics out there, we do have proof. And here's some rather familiar examples. You ready for this? So, you might know Kate Spade, Anthony Bourdain, and Jackson Odell passed away, all within, now it has to be within 7 days. Anthony Bourdain died at 61, Kate Spade died at 55. That's, was David Spade's wife, or ex-wife at one time. And then Jackson Odell from the Goldbergs, he died at the age of 20, all within 7 days. Now, don't forget about this. Prince passed away on April 17th. Oops, sorry. Prince passed away April 21st. Chyna, the wrestler, passed away April 20th. And then Doris Roberts, the mother of Raymond, passed away on the 17th. So that's all within 5 days of each other. Groups of three. Here's another group of three. Tony Gwynn, famous baseball player. Casey Kasem. Welcome to Casey Kasem, the voice of Shaggy, if you didn't know, from Scooby-Doo. And Ruby Dee. Ruby Dee, I'm not familiar with her. Let's see what she says. The beloved actress, writer, and civil rights activist died in her home in New York from natural causes. The legend whose credit includes A Raisin in the Sun and American Gangster. She was 91. So they all passed. Within 7 days, three famous people. Let's do one more, and we'll go on to something a little bit more positive. Michael Jackson and Farrah Fawcett and Ed McMahon all died within several days from each other. Michael Jackson and Farrah Fawcett both died on the same day. Farrah Fawcett passed away first, and then all of a sudden she was overshadowed, unfortunately, by Michael Jackson, and then Ed McMahon passed away 2 days later. So that's the thing of threes, death in threes. So celebrities are dying in groups of three. I won't say they're dying in groups of three, but it's the rule of three. So now just recently we had Eddie Van Halen, and now we've got Johnny Nash. So keep an eye out. Maybe by the time you download this podcast or whatever, there might be someone else, and it's going to be and then we'll go quiet for a while. And we'll keep on going, we're struggling to get to 2021 because we think that's the finish line. This is the bad year. This is the apocalyptic year where everything has just gone bad for everyone across the board. It's gone so bad. Like Ruby Tuesdays is actually shutting down in the next few days. Actually, not shutting down. They're declaring bankrupt and stuff. But I mean, all our famous restaurants, all our famous actors and stuff, we're blaming it on 2020. And one thing that I'm not still up in the air. One thing I'm still up in the air about is what are we going to do for Halloween? Now, you might say, oh, we got plenty of time. No, we don't. We're already in October. They've already taken the Thanksgiving stuff down. The Halloween stuff is already on 50% clearance, and the Christmas trees are already up, like the fake Christmas trees. So Halloween, what are we doing? Are we going out? Is it going to be... It'll be interesting how we handle the whole Halloween thing, because they're going to handle it like the mask. For the longest time, we were like going, well, President Trump said everyone's got to wear a mask or don't wear a mask. But it was left to the governors of each state. And I think the governors are just going to kick that can right down the road and say, okay, mayors, district, regional representatives, you guys figure it out. You guys, I don't want to be responsible, but the governor's going to have to take full responsibility of what goes on in the state. So you've seen all the people doing the whole candy thing. If you've got 3 steps out of your house, 3 steps, and they've made these tubes, these big PVC tubes, and they're decorating them and stuff, and they slide the candy down, and the kid goes, thank you, and they're, all right, nobody touched anything. I saw a meme the other day. If McDonald's employees at the drive-thru can hand you a bag of food, with a mask on, there's no reason why we can't hand out candy. Technically, most of us have a mask on anyway, some kind of mask. And then, hand the kids out candy and stuff as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And when we come back, we'll dive into, have you got your costume picked out? Just in case. Who knows? Just in case. So stick around. We'll get into that here in just one sec. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. The paranormal field remains a controversial subject for millions of people across the globe, but yet people do believe it still exists. David Kiefer breaks the silence on the paranormal field. A private investigator, confidential. David Kiefer is looking to... Here we go. The paranormal field remains a controversial subject to millions of people across the globe, but yet people still believe it still exists. The paranormal field remains a controversial subject as millions of people across the globe... The paranormal field remains a controversial subject as millions of people across the globe still in disbelief, but do understand that it might exist. David Kiefer breaks his silence on the paranormal field. A second-generation private confidential investigator, David Kiefer is looking to tell all in his new book called Paranormal, A Liar's Story. A thrilling memoir on how he wrestles with forces of good and evil, which could either tear his family apart or strengthen the existing bonds. David Kiefer is a second-generation paranormal investigator and is founder of Kiefer Paranormal. You can find David Kiefer's book, Born Paranormal, A Liar's Story, on Amazon.com and also available on Kindle. So many papers. Oops. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social contacts, and the way you do that is to go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on the social contacts section, and then it opens up a whole new window where you can see all the stuff, all the links, all our Facebooks, Instagrams, all this stuff that connects us to you and you to us. Make sure you click on one of those, follow us, and also every video that we have here or every podcast that we do here on Deacon Live also has a matching video. So you can see in real time as we're talking about stuff here on the show. You can just go to the YouTube channel and actually go to the Deacon Live section, click on the Deacon Live section, and you can see every podcast has a matching video, and you can watch a video when we talk about stuff live here on the air, such as this. Well, before I get into that, my wife, she is, I know, I don't talk to a whole lot of people, so I have to use my wife as a reference all the time. So my wife has gotten, we just got back from the Outer Banks, and we spent, a good, full, healthy 7 days, Saturday to Saturday. We spent a full, healthy vacation out there, relaxing out there on the beach, did some fishing, caught some fish, did some eating. Hold on. We went out to eat, where I was going with the other one. Now, just calm down, people. And then we had some house time. My wife started watching the Kardashians, because it was on a loop. I think they played like all 9 seasons, and oh my God, Kardashians. And I'm like, oh, all right, we'll watch that, and I'll do my thing, and you do your thing. Well, while she's watching the Kardashians, she started putting puzzles together. My wife loves to do puzzles. Loves to do puzzles. Now, I tell you that to tell you this. So now, when she gets, that's her unwind time. When she's done with work, she'll sit down and, I'll make dinner, or dinner's already made by that time. She'll sit down and we have a nice little table, and she'll start relaxing, putting a puzzle together. She puts earbuds in and kind of listens to like some, not tantric music, but, relaxing music and stuff. And she's putting a puzzle together, and she's got a big 1,000-piece puzzle, and she's working on it. And she's like, isn't this a pretty picture? I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. It's nice. Oh, when we get done, I said, what are you going to do with it when you get done? I was going to glue it and frame it and put it up on the wall. Really? Why? What's wrong with that? It's a pretty picture. I'm like, yeah, babe, it's a beautiful picture. Couple things. One, you didn't take the picture. Two, I understand it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of patience to put this puzzle together, but it is the adult equivalent. She's going to kill me for this. It's the adult equivalent of a child coming home with the crayon drawings, here's the house, and here's mommy, here's daddy, here's puppy, here's whatever. And, oh, this is beautiful. And the parents always go, we're going to hang it where? On the refrigerator. That you did such a good job. And then, unfortunately, the pages fall off and they slip underneath the refrigerator and it catches on fire. And there you go. It's because of your drawings, kid. No, I'm just kidding. A little extreme there. But she wants to frame them and put them on the wall. You know what? My grandmother used to do that. She really did. She would sit there, but she'd do like the 5,000 ones, and she'd frame them. So there was these pictures in the house, and you look at them, you're like, why are the lines around? Oh, it's a puzzle. Grandma, put another puzzle on the wall. I did. You like it? I love it. But that's the equivalent, in my opinion. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, then let me know. By all means, you can email me anytime at deacon@prophetradio.com. Let me know that I'm wrong. Or go to prophetradio.com and click on the Be Heard section and tell me that I'm wrong. But it's the equivalent of, the kids bringing home a drawing and putting it up on the wall. Now, granted, the kids' drawings and the puzzle itself are two different entities, but it's like, hey, look what I did. Hey, look what I did. On the wall or framed on the refrigerator or framed on the wall. It's just kind of trashy, my opinion. Now, speaking of little kids doing artwork and stuff, now, have you gotten your makeup? Have you gotten your costume all picked out? Are you doing what's the Karen mask that's out there? Have you seen that? That's kind of weird. Well, if you haven't picked out your costume yet, or sometimes people just like to do makeup. You see them, they're a dime a dozen. Your Instagram models, your Instagram makeup artists, all the people that are doing like, hey, we're stuck at home. I don't have a job. Let's try to sell makeup online, and it's a pyramid scheme. I don't know how many different, what are the actual companies are that sell the makeup online. They make you post the live videos. They make you some are really good. Some are just like, you see them, you do see them. They only take maybe 5-6 videos, and then they're like going, I can't do this. I'm not making any money. They want it now, instantly. Well, this little girl right here, if you're watching this on the video, she is from the Ellie Show, and she is 6 years old, and she is going to make her own do her own makeup. She's been doing this for years now. She's got her own Instagram account. Creepiest Halloween quick makeup tutorial. So I'm going to turn this on and let Ellie tell you how to put on your Halloween makeup.
Welcome back to the Ellie Show.
Welcome back to the Ellie Show.
Doing a scary video.
Okay, sometimes I have to fill it in. So it says, now I'm going to do a scary video. For Halloween. So she's looking in the mirror, and she's putting black
I'm
out.
not being a zombie. I'm going to be a creep guy that have blood everywhere.
She said, I'm going to be a creepy zombie. I'm going to have blood everywhere. So she's looking in the mirror. I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding blood.
I'm bleeding.
It's creepy. She's making
Black
faces.
eye. Purple.
So she's putting on her makeup. I want purple blood. And then she's putting purple on the other eye.
No?
She's blowing the dust off the brush.
Yeah. If I'm scared, I'm angry.
If you don't know what's going on, she is absolutely ruining her face. It was like, you ever caught your kids like getting in your makeup drawer and the kids got like lipstick all the way up to their nose and down to their chin, and the eyeshadow and the makeup is all over their forehead and all over. That's what she's doing. And she's like, she thinks she's doing a good job. She's not. It's horrible. It's a 6-year-old putting on its own makeup thinking that this looks scary. Angry eyebrows. She's holding the pen like a friggin' knife, going into her like she's carving a pumpkin on her forehead. Up, down, up, down.
Got my eyebrows on.
Got my eyebrows
Yeah,
on.
boy. Creepy makeup means black lips.
I have no. Oh, zombies have black lips. And she's using mascara to do her black lips. This kid's not going anywhere. She's not doing the makeup correctly. They fast forward a little bit. Yeah, it's scary. She's got blood under her nose. She's just taking a red pencil and going all over. Well, anyways, as you can see, and let's see what the end result is. Let's see.
Thanks for watching. You do crazy hair.
You have to do crazy hair.
Thanks for watching it. I'll show you the special creepy makeup.
Okay, kid's probably a millionaire, and that's the Ellie Show with a creepy Halloween makeup tutorial. Well, there you go. I mean, kids, you got to put your makeup on. I think some of the makeup kits that I've seen with people doing the designs for themselves, they're taking the regular makeup, the $100, $200 for a brush. They're making their own makeup, clown makeup or something like that. It's a weird industry. Kardashians, I am not. What is it? Kylie Jenner, Kenner Jenner. There's one of them out there is making $1 billion doing makeups and stuff. So there you go. All right, when we come back, we'll get into a little bit more of the Halloween stuff. And for all you kids out there that have your Power Wheels, You want to have some fun with it? Well, stick around. I'll tell you how to have some fun with it in Richmond, Virginia. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Vent Supply Apparel's brand new store location is now open for business. Oops, that's a good thing I didn't do that. Vent Supply Apparel's brand new store location is now open for business. As most of their fans already know, every piece that they put out has significant meaning. Expression is the key. It's about venting, expressing your mood while having an outlet to voice it through. NBA All-Star Russell Westbrook will be appearing at their Vintage Greatness t-shirt on launch day, Wednesday, today, October 7th. Sign up now and get the latest Vent apparel during their grand opening. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and watch them on TikTok. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You just heard the newest song by Code Yellow called Electromance. From Boston, Massachusetts, Code Red. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You just heard Welcome back to Deacon Live. You just heard the latest song from Code Yellow called Electromance. From Boston, Massachusetts, Code Yellow has really outdone herself this time. Creatively mixed, produced, and sound engineered by Rob Whitaker, this highly innovative electropop album has all the right buttons to get your juices flowing. The electropop album combines elements of pop, electronica, dance, disco, and a creative motive captivating for the listener. You can find them on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, CD Baby, and YouTube as well. That's Code Yellow with their latest album called Electromance. I like them. I like that. I love that EDM shit, man. That and dubstep. My wife hates it. She's like, "How do you listen to that?" I'm like, "Babe, I like it." You know how hard it is to make dubstep with all the square waves and U waves and up waves and stuff. It's hard to do. And she doesn't appreciate my music. But no. I like it. I like it anytime anyone can make music and stand behind it and be proud of it. Be proud of it. Now, speaking of music, don't forget, we're now in October, so you're going to hear, for those of you just first tuning in or first catching up with what Deacon Live is and what Prophet Radio is, we do a live broadcast here in the studio, and then, of course, we upload it to all our podcatchers and stuff. But the Prophet Radio website is a live streaming rock station. I've got several guys here that do the playlist and do all the stuff. Now, for October, we take things a little bit different on the station. We do Halloween music. Now, when I say Halloween music, it's not your, we did the mash, we did the monster. It's not that. I'm talking just live, scary rock music. With a lot of sound effects and stuff. It's really great if you've got like a Halloween party and you want something that's just unlimited amount of music with sound effects and stuff like that. We do it for commercial free all the way. Right now, Monday through Friday is at midnight. We play it all the way till 6 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Now, Halloween Eve and Halloween Day, it's 24 hours nonstop. You're going to hear classic songs. You're going to hear new rock songs. You're going to hear all that crazy stuff for Halloween. It's a great experience, so make sure you jump on that as well. If you need something cool for your little Halloween party and you don't want to pay a DJ to do it, Christ, we'll do it for free. Just tune us in and have some fun. Now, this Halloween, speaking of having some fun, now, we can't go. Universal Studios, are they doing the Halloween Horror Nights? I think they canceled it, I believe. There's one company out there, or one group of people out there, that has combined two things and jammed them all in one just for this special occasion, Halloween time. In Ohio, there is an actual Halloween car wash, which sometimes you're always scared. Well, I say you're always scared at a car wash. A lot of times people go through car washes, like you see in the movies, to do deals, talk where no one, like the mob guys are going through the car wash. How many times you get your car washed, Mr. Antonio? Hey, mind your own business, kid. Piss up a rope. I'm doing what I can. But then sometimes, couples get in there and they get a little freaky. You know what I'm talking about? But This car wash right here in Ohio, and let me switch cameras here so you can see what we're talking about. This car wash right here in Ohio is taking it to the next level. While you're in your car, these creepy clowns and stuff, you know how they have the LED lights? They make them fun anyways for the kids. Hold on, make sure I'm not talking. How they make the car wash fun for the kids? Well, they actually have characters that are dressed up and walking through the car wash as you're going through the car wash, and they're popping up in your window and popping up on your screen or popping up behind you. I don't know if they actually touch your car and stuff. Guys are out there walking around going, that'll be $4 for the car wash. And they, the soap gets on the windows and the creepy clowns are smearing the soap on the windows. It's kind of scary because you're trapped in this car. You're trapped in this car getting a car wash. And then when it's all said and done, you pop out on the other side. But yeah, creepy car wash. Oops, that's a little. Rainforest car wash in Ohio. So if you're interested in that, if you live in Ohio, get your car wash and have some scare the shit out of you. By the time you get out, then you got to clean the inside of your car because you got shit all over the place. Because you're, Junior, what'd you do? I was scared to death. Well, there you go. Haunted car wash. People are trying to do something. The whole social distancing and the mask and stuff. Well, there you go. Haunted car wash. Now, we're going to combine kids and cars at the same time. Now, in Richmond, Virginia... Find the right video here. I'm not going to use that one. In Richmond, Virginia, they have taken the dirt, the Power Wheels and kids and the Crash 'em Up derbies all to the next level. Watch this video right here. And the way you do that is go to DeaconLive. For every podcast we do, there is a matching video so you can see these videos or the articles and stuff that I talk about in real time as we discuss them here on the show. Here we go. Here they go. There's a bunch of kids, and they're all like in a half circle, semicircle, I guess they would call it in school, and they're all in Power Wheels. And they all have helmets on, and it looks like they're not modified. The Power Wheels aren't modified, but they're in the middle of like this dirt track. So here you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. And they all go running right at each other. They all smashing each other. Now everybody's stuck. Everybody's stuck. So then they have to get them unstuck. It's, kids in Power Wheels. And you say, what parent would tell their kids to, hey, you know what? Some kids like to get in the dirt. Some kids, not my child. My child would never get in the dirt and do that. I do want to protect them. I want to put my loving arms around them at all times. I don't want to do anything. Yeah, well, some parents are cooler than you are. Now, here's the thing. Just so you guys know, this is the rules if you want to be in the USA Demolition Derby LLC Power Wheels rule for entry. Now, this is from Richmond, North Carolina official page. This is supposed to be fun for the kids, parents. First rule. So you can already tell that they've already had somebody out there yelling and screaming, hey, this is not, my son was better than your son, and it's illegal. All right, kids, baseball, softball parents, all that stuff. It's fun for the kids. No modification of the car other than what's stated below. Open to kids ages 3 to 10. You must provide the Power Wheel its own Power Wheel vehicle. You must have your own Power Wheel vehicle. Now, Power Wheel means the kid sits in it, not on it. So no tractors, no four-wheelers, no motorcycles. It's a Power Wheel. I'm sure we can all understand what a Power Wheel is. You must have a helmet, long-sleeve shirts, pants, and closed-toed shoes, along with elbow pads. After you register your quote-unquote Power Wheel vehicle, we recommend that you secure the doors and the hoods, all the loose flappy stuff, with bungee cords, duct tapes, and all that stuff. Seatbelts are not mandatory, but are recommended for the little ones, little toddlers. Now, it goes from 8 to 10, so someone's taking out something here that, I'm reading down the list here. It goes 8 to 10. No special reinforcements. You have to use, it's basically bring your grandma's car. This is what you got. This is what we're playing with. You can't reinforce anything. You can't do, you reinforce the front. You can't do any of that stuff. So there you go. Those are the rules. If you're out there in Richmond, Virginia, you can have some fun out there with the Crash Up Derby. Now, when we come back, there's a new trend that's coming out there on TikTok. I don't know how it started. I think it started with this one guy. Just kind of, it was the mood. It was a feeling that this guy did, and everyone kind of connected with it. Everyone saw it and goes, you know what? That's awesome. We needed that right now. And we'll tell you what that is when we come back, and how much the sponsor of whatever beverage he had in his hand, what they gave him, just to say thank you. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Have you ever questioned if your mask actually really works? With so many mask sellers out there, they all seem to be the same. How do we know which one works? The AEA group only carries surgical masks and KN95 masks. Nope. Have you ever questioned the mask that you're wearing, if it actually works? With so many mask sellers out there, they're a dime a dozen. How do we know which one works? Well, the AEA group only carries surgical masks and the KN95 masks that are FDA approved and on their list. These are ASTM tested, approved, and proven on the front lines. Check them out at aeagroupllc.com. Enter code iHeart and receive 5% off. Where is my thing? Welcome back to Deacon Live. This section is brought to you by the Boom Boom Room Storytime with Penny and Pichichi. This is a new podcast where they tell about hilarious dating, hookups, and sex stories from both men and women. The Boom Boom Room Storytime all have at least one story that everyone can relate to, good or bad. Each episode has a mystery guest from Penny and Pichichi's past that can and will make things awkward. Just two guys from LA having LA fun, doing what they do in LA. So grab your popcorn, charge up your earbuds, and take a break from the mass media scope and download Boom Boom Room Storytime wherever you listen to podcasts. I was listening to them. They're funny. It's a well-produced show. Yeah, I had a great time listening to a couple episodes. So hopefully they'll continue doing that. And that's Boom Boom Room Storytime. Find them on iHeartRadio. Not iHeart, sorry. Find them on wherever you download podcasts as well. Now, LA, California, skateboarding, yeah. Well, this guy, if you haven't seen this before, you know what? TikTok videos. If you're not familiar with TikTok videos, anyone over the age of 30 is like going, what the hell is that? Anyone under the age of 30 has done a 10-second video and are making more than those people above the age of 30 just for one video. This gentleman here, Nathan, if you haven't seen the video, go to prophetradio.com, click on Deacon Live, and you can see a video for this podcast, and you can see this video that everyone's been talking about, and I've seen a couple people doing a couple dupes and everything of it, and it's just this guy, Nathan, he's riding a skateboard, and he's drinking an ocean spray, like cranberry juice or something. Here you go. Yep, cran raspberry. He starts singing the song. But he's free, man. He's living it. He's living. That's Dogface 208. If you're looking for him at 420 Dogface 208. And that little clip there, it was less than 15 seconds? He has generated a whole new, for this week, let's put it that way, for this week, he's generated a whole new challenge and stuff, and a lot of people are going out there trying to replicate or get the same kind of hits and likes and stuff. Well, just to let you know, because of that video, and because he's got that little can of, or a little bottle of ocean spray, cranberry juice was offered a truckload of cranberry juice from Ocean Spray. Nathan Apotica from Idaho posted the video of him sipping cranberry juice while skateboarding to the soothing sounds of Fleetwood Mac. The video has been posted on TikTok last month and got over 25 million views. Now, this is not a month old. This is a week old. So he's already up to 31 million views. Fleetwood Mac singer Mick Fleetwood enjoyed it and joined it and uploaded it and did his own version of the same exact video. So he received, let's see what it says. Does it say how much he received? It just shows a truckload of Ocean Spray drinks, from the cans to the 32-ounce bottles and stuff. Now here's a great thing. They actually interviewed him, and this is what he had to say about the whole thing, why he did the video and what's going on in his life. This is what Nathan had to say.
Right now, I've gotten over 10,000 plus. It's crazy, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know how many donations are going to keep coming in, but
he got some donations and stuff because he's actually somewhat homeless. So he got $10,000 of donations.
Like I said, it's a blessing in itself. I want to get my mom a little bit for sure. So right now, I know I'm going to give her 5,000, and I'm going to surprise her with that. So that's going to be cool. I'm going to do a YouTube video about it. RV life is cool, but yeah, mine right now, like I said, it doesn't have water. I'm plugged into my brother's, house and everything. I use the bathroom and everything over there. I just need a space in my own where I can cook and clean, shower and shit. It's crazy. I'm looking to get a new car. My car right now has 300 and something thousand miles on it, running strong, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's got some creaks in it, but it's strong. I was coming to work, and like I said, my car, it just shuts off sometimes, the battery, I don't know what it is, it just shuts off. So it shut off, and I was like, man, I got less than 15 minutes to get to work. What am I going to do? And I always have my longboard in there, so in case I run out of gas or something. So I just jumped on my longboard. I was like, I'll just come back and figure it out after work. Started going to work, and then on my way to work, we have a little turnaround spot, off the turnpike or whatever it's called, off the highway. So then I decided, this would be perfect for a video, you know what I mean? And then @_Matt18, I think that's his name. I seen him do a video before skating with the cranberry juice, and I had my cranberry juice with me because that's my drink. And so I was like, you know what, might as well do it. Yeah, the cranberry raspberry. I love that juice, you know what I mean?
There you go.
Ocean Spray, if they would reach out to me and be like, yo, dude, let's do a commercial, we'll shoot you some money. Or,
yeah,
we'll
this guy's he's lit now. He's gonna, his phone's gonna blow up and stuff. So yeah, he got $10,000 in donation, and like I said, cranberry Ocean Spray gave him a whole truckload full of cranberry juice and other Ocean Spray products. I'm telling you, man, we're gonna get out of commercials, like heavily produced commercials, and it's just gonna be all TikTok videos of everyone like, I like Twinkies, and oh my God, don't quote me on that. And I'll do a video of me shoving Twinkies in my face, and it's gonna go viral, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna have Twinkies coming out of my ears. I don't want that, but that's what's gonna happen. Now, this lady right here, when we come back, get ready, guys, ladies, gentlemen, everyone out there. There's a hurricane coming. There's a hurricane knocking. And actually, as of right now, a hurricane has made landfall. And when we come back, we'll dive into that here. And then I'll wrap it up and let you guys get back to what you got to do. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. This section is brought to you by Peculiar Artifacts for the Eccentric Soul. Welcome back to Deacon Live. This section is brought to you by Peculiar Artifacts for the Eccentric Soul. Show your political statement with these unique designs. Warning, they are not for the faint of heart and not for children. Make sure you follow them and order yours now from peculiarartifacts.com. Also follow them on Instagram as well. It's an artist. He does his interpretation of like the Liberal Party and all the political stuff. I don't get into all that, but he seemed like a nice guy, and he wants his clothing line out there. So there you go. It's Peculiar Artifacts for the Eccentric Soul. Now, we are getting into Halloween. I know it's not the Halloween show, but we're getting there, and these are topics and stuff that needs to be discussed. We need to discuss them now and take care of them now. One thing that you might not know, if you've been looking up at the sky, if you've been looking up high enough in the sky, you notice that the moon is getting fuller and fuller, and there's all these little bright stars and everything that are around them. A little bit more than a little bit more than often. Now, I've got on my phone, I've got an Android phone, and I've been taking pictures with there's an app called Google Sky. If you don't have that, it's a great app. It's free. And essentially what you do is you take Google Sky, open it up, and it uses your camera, and it looks at all where it shows you Moon, Neptune, Mercury, all the planets, if they're within range or within eyes range, where they are in the sky, and they show all the different constellations. It might be great for any of you homeschool moms or anyone studying at home, doing the whole keeping your kid at home while, for school and stuff. I knew it was going to be 50,000 different. Close this. Look, watch me. Daily Mail. Go block. No, block. All right. So this coming Tuesday, a week from yesterday, Mars will be closer to Earth than any time and it's ever have been in the last 17 years. So it's the second brightest object in the night sky after the moon, astronomers say. The red planet is at the point of opposition, where the Earth is passing directly between it and the sun and will appear effectively as a full Mars, according to NASA. What do they know? When's the last time they've been to space? It'll be available and visible to the naked eye and appearing slightly reddish in color. Looking through a telescope will allow you to spot the surface and features like the polar ice cap. So there you go. If you're out there doing nothing and you got a big full sky, you're going to see right next to the moon, you're going to see Mars, and you might be able to see the polar ice cap. Now, if you can't see it a cloudy day or whatever, like I said, the Google Sky app, put that on your phone, Android phone. I'm sure it's for iPhone, if those still exist. But put it on your phone and then turn it on, and you can actually just move it around. It's weird. You can see all the constellations and all the other stuff in the sky as well. Now, if you're looking up in the sky and you're over in the Texas area, you might see some rain because right now, Delta is making landfall.
Landfall officially in the Yucatan Peninsula near Puerto Morelos, which is actually just a little bit north of where this video that you're seeing is from. That's Playa del Carmen, a little bit south of Cancun there, and really anywhere close to the center of this storm is going to be experiencing.
Now, I've stayed in Playa del Carmen.
Very, very strong wind. It made landfall as a Category 2 hurricane right at the top of the Category 2 part of the scale, 110 miles per hour, and it is now a Category 2 storm. Okay, we were expecting that it would lose strength, of course, as it's interacting with the land over the Yucatan Peninsula, and right now max sustained wind is at about 105 miles per hour.
So as of this podcast, this just made landfall about an hour ago. So I tell you that to tell you this. There is, everyone's worried about in Texas and Mississippi and Alabama, if they can figure out what state's what and who's the governor of each one in those states. You always worry about the elders. My mom called me not even, I think, about an hour or two before the show, and she called, whatever reason, our phones... She's got like one of those old flip phones, and it goes straight to voicemail on my phone, and I'm looking around, oh, you have a new voicemail. No missed call or anything. Now, my mom lives in Claremont, Florida. I was born and raised in Orlando. And the storm we live in now in North Carolina. Now, the storm has come through and cut through. My mom was calling me to ask me, I know it sounds silly, to ask me how I'm surviving with these storms that are coming through. She, we're fine. Mom, we're fine. It's only 2,000 miles away. Not necessarily 2,000 miles away, but I exaggerate. Now, this guy right here, and we'll blow this up so everyone can see it. We can all be friends here. Whoops, nope, don't want that. This guy right here. Oh, hard. Hold on. Went to go check on Grandma, and I don't know, it doesn't say what state this is. Hold on, let's see. This is Matt and Grandma, GB, for sharing their awesome video and relationship for all of us. Follow them on Instagram and all this stuff, TikTok. We hope that the products we recommend... blah, 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 great white call. All right, so this is another one of those sipping and rolling and stuff. This is a guy who's checking on his grandma because of the hurricane and introduces grandma to White Claws to make sure that she's okay during the hurricane. And he doesn't tell her what it is. He just says, hey, grandma, take a sip of this and tell me what you think. Now, if you want to watch this video, every podcast that we has a video connecting with it. And the way you see that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. click on Deacon Live, and you can see the podcast, and then you can see the matching video as well. So here we go.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Oh, hard seltzer. That sounds good.
Oh,
Pop
Jesus.
it up and try it.
Stop.
Here it is.
Oh, Jesus. I did not record any of that stuff, so hold on. You guys are going to get the original version, and then I'm going to have to dub this back over. All right, so
Welcome back to Deacon Live. This section is brought to you by Peculiar Artifacts for the eccentric soul. Show your political statement with these unique designs. Warning, they are not for the faint of heart. And that is peculiarartifacts.com. Follow them on Instagram and order your t-shirts and clothing apparel now. Excuse me. That is a company, artist that,
is drawing all these different things for the political parties and stuff. And they get kind of graphic and stuff, but hey, you know what? He's doing his thing. Some of the graphic, or the drawing, the detail is kind of cool. As far as the statement itself, hey, that's all on you. You know, we don't get political here. We don't get out of control as far as that.
Now, you know what? Because I closed out of that, it's all you, Grandma.
Oh,
you like that?
oh, yes. Oh, yes. It tastes just like a tangerine. Matt, tastes like a tangerine.
Okay.
Oh, it tastes just like a tangerine.
Tastes like a tangerine.
Ricky,
My wife gets that mix too. She likes the claws.
Wrecked. Huh?
What?
He goes, it'll get you rickety wrecked.
You can get rickety wrecked. Huh?
What?
What?
What'd you say? Matt,
Grandma.
we got rain tomorrow. Hey, what are we doing here?
Now it cuts to another clip, and they're going to get supplies. There's rain and stuff all around, and Grandma doesn't look as neatly kept as she did the other day. Hold
Some
on.
hurricane supplies. Do you need anything?
Well, if you don't mind.
Yeah, what you got?
Well,
Oh, you got a list. Oh,
I
great.
got a list. I just need a few things, if you don't mind.
Okay. Here it is.
Reese's peanut butter cups
That's it.
and White
But
Claws.
at least you're prepared.
Yes, I can have my peanut butter cups and I drink my White Claw.
Oh, you White Claw.
Yum, yum, yum.
Grandma.
Why are you drinking that already? Hurricane's not even here yet.
Well, I'm pre-gaming. I'm preparing. I'm going to be ready for the big.
She's
big
hammered.
blow.
She's hammered already.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
There you go. So there's Grandma drinking white. She's pounding it. Look at her. She's already hammered. I'm getting ready. And you know what? This is what we do in Florida. Florida, hurricane season comes around. We all get together. We all have a bunch of beer and stuff because, we know the power's going to go out. We know that we're going to lose power. We know that we're going to lose all that stuff. So we all do it together. And then, once the rain stops and stuff, then we go out there and kind of throw everything in the middle of the street, and the city and county pick it all up, right? There you go, right? So there you go. I hope everyone does well through the hurricane. I hope everyone's doing fine. Hope everyone survives. We don't have any head counts as far as deaths or anything. And I hope you guys are doing well at home as well. Now, on that note, I'm going to let you guys get back to what you got to do. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for downloading us, listening to us, being a part of the show. And the way you can be part of the show is go to profitradio.com, click on the Be Heard section, leaves a voicemail right here to the station, and we'll play it on the next podcast. Don't forget 24 hours of Halloween music starting Halloween Eve, and then we also do it every night starting at 12 o'clock, the best rock music along with Halloween rules and sounds and stuff. On behalf of you guys listening to us, I'd like to thank you guys. My name is the Deacon saying goodnight.
Wait, come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
I need one more guy. I'm trying to do I got to figure out something. I had over it's not a big deal. I appreciate it. I really do. But almost see, on that episode I had 10 sponsors. Each one had 2 spots. Well, half of them had 2 spots. So I had to figure out 15 spots. So there you go. It's kind of the nature of the business. So I got to work on getting that out. So anyways, thank you guys. Take care. Appreciate it. Now I got to go edit the show and shove all the sound effects in it. Thanks guys. Take care. Bye.